Because I didn't listen to all of them. Have you talked with one on one with members of families who have their husband or their wife in the military and active duty, kind of hectic all over the place? And if so, or in general from your personal experience, do you have any advice for people who might be going through that situation right now? And be as general or as specific as you want. We can have a conversation about it.
So most of the people that I've talked to on there are a military spouse or are former military themselves. And I think my biggest advice for having to deal with that is learning to be flexible. That was my biggest issue when I first moved in with my husband and had to deal with deployments and everything, was that I expected everything to be a certain way, and
Mm,
I we made plans, so I expected those to stay. So learning how to be flexible is one of the biggest advice I can give, along with finding your tribe. One of the episodes was on how to deal with the first year of being a military spouse. And yes, there are a bunch of people that will try to one up you, that will try to kind of be like, oh, well, that's not that bad. I've had it worse. Uh, but finding your tribe, finding the people that are going to support you, even if it is only going to be for a couple of years while you're at that duty station. That's one of the biggest things. So a lot of the research has shown that the better social support you have, the more resilient you will actually be when you're going through a lot of the hardships.
Absolutely, and thank you for that. I think one of the main things I was doing some research on military spouses, and one of the main things, of course, is struggling with loneliness. Um, do you have any kids? Do you guys have kids?
We don't. We're
You
waiting
don't.
until this
Okay.
next deployment is over.
Okay. That's probably on the safe side. I was going to ask. I was asking because I was going to ask if you had any advice for parents in the military. Have you spoken with any on your podcast or in general?
I haven't, but there are a lot of people that I know here at Fort Hood that do have kids. And the same advice for, find a tribe, find other mothers that
Right.
are going through what you're going through, because people outside of the military, they kind of understand, but they don't really get it. And
Right.
so finding those people that you can have play dates with, that you can kind of take turns babysitting so you can go out and have some time away from your kids can be really important. I know for our location, we have a Fort Hood Ladies Meetup Facebook group, and a lot of the events on there are kid friendly. And I know that the people that started it were at other locations and they had started them there as well. So, whatever your duty station is, there may be a meetup Facebook group that you can meet other spouses. You can bring your kids. You don't have to feel shamed of, oh, well, I can't find a babysitter, so I can't come. Um, it just, even if you do have to incorporate your kids, there are definitely ways to go out and meet other people.